Gonna do a real quick video. Okay, people, we're almost, my wife wants to watch some TV, so I'm gonna do a quick video. This is America Round 3, and I'm in the middle of a game that is called the ABH as Axis, and he's given me $69 as the allies. And the computer is acting a little slow right now because I am recording on it as well as using the things. So let me show you some stuff. I'll just use. So I got Tim Gushka's. I got 6 guys. Ooh, look at this. So we have some action. This is what I call the no free lunch. So we actually moved some resources over here. We were in Manchuria. He moved up to Amur, past me, and there was a fleet in 6 because he was putting on a full Calcutta Crush, like turn 3 Calcutta Crush. And so I tried to, I did a crazy move, moved my fleet up to Sea Zone 4, and then moved into the Sea Zone with a small fleet battleship, cruiser, carrier, battleship, cruiser, destroyer, and sub. He attacked me, but only as a raid, and he retreated back to here. I think Trulpin said I can attack with the Air Force, so Air Force moves into 5, then into 6, and then into 19. That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can't attack that fleet. But I think what he's saying is land everything in Korea and then kill that Japanese Navy. Anyways, a lot of action over here, a lot of fun stuff. Now, excuse me, to support my move to the north, everyone wants to go south, and I realize that. I've also got these guys here, Aleutians, carrier, 2 fighters. I've got some landing crafts, transports off of Alaska, as well as landing crafts off of 10, full contingent, and 3 bombers. Those bombers can obviously hit the Sea of Japan, so I've got 3 plus 4 bombers, 6 aircraft, and 1 dive bomber, as well as if I wanted to throw the carrier in as fodder, I could do that. My Hawaii is not abandoned, so I could supply Hawaii. I can't this turn. Although I'm curious about the rule, whether or not if I bring in a bomber to protect my fleet, whether I could still land there. I don't think so. I think an enemy sea zone needs a warship, an allied warship. So I can't resupply, and of course I'm also aware that sub could reach Sea Zone 10 as well. Okay. So what are we doing in the rest of the world? Down here, we have, it quickly became apparent because of my 69 IPC bid that Europe was suffering, but a Pacific victory looked like the most obvious. It's not looking so obvious now, I don't think. So here's my build-up. I just built up down here. So I've got literally, we've got Southern Australia, Reactionary Force, 3, 6, 9, and then the 2, but so 9, and then 3 more, so 12 by next turn, which he has no forces that can really reach me. 1 there. Actually, Anzac's going to go again, so I'll add 3 more to that force, so 12 to 15. So a VC win here is looking pretty, and I just don't think he has anyone in the area close enough. So I think I've got at least 2 turns before he would attack. If he left everything on his navies, just doesn't. So 2 turns more, so 15, 18 troops. If you wanted to do a VC win, hey Daniel. And so that would be full commitment by IJN, and that would be ignoring Calcutta. Now this was there was a bit of a snafu with the thread. I put out the sample turn. I don't like to abandon Burma, but Surfer was concerned about India, so I backed off. I also sacrificed a bunch of transports, $21 worth of transports, $24 worth of transports in order to have a reserve force in West India. So even if his 10 forces that he had threatening, I would have still won in the end, because And I have, of course, an Air Force that is fairly robust for aircraft. I didn't want to commit them to a Yunnan stack. There was a large Yunnan force there, but I didn't want to commit them because they were all supposed to go to Moscow. And if I had troops in Burma, obviously I would be able to retake Yunnan right now. But as it is, I don't. So I'm going to be moving Kichao back to Sichuan, and then we're moving the Tunguska Russians into Kansu. And then I'll probably bring around the fighters to the backside. And I can even, I think, I have 2 or 3 turns. 1, 2, 3 turns before he hits Moscow. So I could actually bring the Russians over to aircraft over to Kansu and at least threaten. One thing I could do with those Korean fighters is obviously firebomb Japan, obviously push around the Japanese Navy, because he doesn't have the ability right now to retake it. He's only got the 3 troops there. I did have a person who wanted to just move into Manchuria. Manchuria doesn't give me, well, it does give me the ability to hit the Japanese Isles with the bombers, but it takes away the escort ability of the fighters, which is just dominates. But obviously it is susceptible to bombardment. But so anyways, we may go into Manchuria and then and just do damage there. I mean, literally speaking, I go into Manchuria, I can do air raids on these light infantry units, and just as much as it's a lot of color, it's not a lot of substance. Obviously, he will have more substance as he produces 3 and then 6, but he's only got two factories on the coast, and because I've got C-Zone 6 dominated, I don't know, Asia does not look like a hot mess to me, but it looks fairly robust. Even if I lost Calcutta, of course, I'm only making $7 down there, and could just want to cost Japan a lot of resources and time. And bingo, I've got a fleet that can actually come through 1, 2, 3. And because I was able to separate his navy, which was one of my intentions, is to separate his navy, carrier there, destroyer. The rest of his navy is way far away. I come into the Indian Ocean, and I actually am dominant in the Indian Ocean. So now I did give up convoying 97 to do that. Italy, turn 1, received $2. That last turn, he received 17. I did give up convoying in order to take Task Force Ginger through. That was my plan all along. But I didn't think it was going to hurt too much. Task Force, I can't remember what I called this one. Task Force Olive, right there, is there. I had to spare some destroyers to just take down some subs, and now I have complete dominance in the Atlantic. So I do need to reinforce Task Force Olive, and he took Gibraltar. But I'm going to be able to take it back, obviously, with either that transport from 98 or, obviously, the American transport there that can not just carry Americans, but will eventually carry the British. And then the American carrier goes down to French Guiana and picks up those 2 troops. So that all looks good. Now here, Moscow's looking really good. I did do an overestimate on the troop strength. I assume next turn he'll build. He'll capture Ukraine. He'll capture Novgorod. He'll build tanks, because the tanks can then make it. He steps into western Ukraine. The tanks go to eastern Poland. He steps into Bryansk. The tanks make it to Bryansk, but that's it. After next turn, he will be able to build 3 6 tanks in Novgorod and Ukraine. So that's $18. No, $36. The rest of that, $60-ish, would be 3 more planes. And then the turn after that, he'd have to buy all planes. He'd buy 3 tanks out of Ukraine that could hit, and then probably buy 3 divers out of Novgorod. And then the last turn, he could buy 6 divers to put into Moscow the turn after. So, but right now I think the ballpark was he's bringing in about 90, and I've got about 110. So I'm not too afraid for Moscow. Right there we have just showing 24, 34, and 7 is 41, and then 40, 41, 44 with the tanks, 45, 46, 47, 48, and then 56 with the Eastern Poland, 56 and 4 is 60 units. 60 units on the border there. If we waited till turn 7, which I think he has to, he'd have 9 more units. So 60, 70. And then the 8 tanks that he can get there from Germany. 64 plus 8. Let's say 60. 69. 69 and 8 is 77. 69 and 8, 77, yeah. And then the planes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I said 60, 77, I think I said, plus the 7 more, 84. So around 90, I think, is what he's going to be able to get there. And I'll have around, I've got 72 in the area, and then 30 more, 10, 20 more, 72, 92. And then because I'm going to have to wait till turn 7, it'll actually be 102 plus the 6 from Tunguska. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then hold 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Tunguska, and then the retreating aircraft. So it should be, I think, 90 to 110, which I think is in my favor. So it looks good. This turn's moves real quick, so my wife and I can watch some TV. And I think I take Gibraltar and then reinforce Task Force Olive. I may even pull that out of the area. And then over here, I could buzz a more, but I probably won't. I will probably won't, because can he attack Korea? 1, 2, 3. Yes, he could attack Korea if he landed in a more. So I guess I got to take out. He's got 11 planes there, 12, 13 planes, 14 planes. He's got 14 planes that can hit Korea. Plus the 8 men, that's 22. So yeah, I'm going to have to take out that. I'm going to buzz that more with my planes and my single infantry from Siberia. I think I got to do that. And that would open up the Russians to, and he'd have to buzz me. And he could invade with 3 there. Nope. And he's got a couple there. 4, 5, 6, 7. He can take 7, 3, 6. He can take 6 into the Sea of Japan. And then pick up 2 off Japan. Nope, 6. 6 into Japan, into Korea, plus the 11 aircraft. So he does have quite a bit. So maybe I've got to think of something else. But I do want to firebomb Japan. So I can do that actually from Soviet Far East. So I could just leave the Russians there, move them over to Manchuria, and then just bring all my aircraft to Soviet Far East. And I could still bomb Japan with 4 bombers. What I'll do is I'll move the battleship back to Sea Zone 4, and I'll bring all of my transports through to Sea Zone 4 and my aircraft carrier, so I can get some more troops into Russia. What will I build? I am not sure. I did think about this. I need a destroyer to defend against the sub, maybe 2. And then I need to begin to strengthen Task Force Olive, because I want them in the 97. as soon as possible. I'm not afraid to lose the task force because it'll hopefully cost him airplanes, and he's already low on airplanes. So he's got to have a little bit of trigger hesitancy there. So we'll see. As the British, what do I plan to do? Maybe Gibraltar gets a airbase, and I drop the fighters down to Gibraltar and build 3 more fighters, and funnel them through to the Middle East. Tempted to leave that carrier there, but I think it's got to go into C zone 80. 1, 2, 3, and just keep moving things over. Push into Burma, and be unafraid, be bold. These 2 Anzac are going to join the fleet in 80. They're going to try to, at least. Although an attack on that would not be out of the question. Get 1 hit on that. That's got to take off the destroyer. Makes them really weak, especially with a sub in that pack. Nope, no sub in that pack. But makes it pretty vulnerable. He's probably going to have to run after that. I might consider attacking that. Probably not, though. Okay, Africa is well in hand. I've actually got to build some transports so I can get some more units over to move them faster. All right, and that's it. So probably buy naval air base and 3 more aircraft, or 2 more aircraft, because I like them. We still aren't 15. Obviously, I'm tempted to buy everything in Scotland and move it over to Nanencia. So that's it. Crockett36, just showing you my game, and it looks like it's going well. All right, Crockett36 out.